All right, welcome back. We're out here, baby, having some fun at the Simulcast Center here in Hialeah Park. Come on out and join us. We'll be out here for the next 4 weeks. We'll be out at the Champion Simulcast Center. And I love this because you hear the action, right? You hear everybody screaming and having some fun because they're wagering on tracks all over the country. Whole thing. And don't forget, okay, for you serious horse players out there, you want a great opportunity at winning $5,000. Come on out to the National Horse Players Championship. The qualifiers come in here January 12th on a Sunday. We're going to be out here, by the way, broadcasting that day, having some fun. Bill and I will be out here for a couple of hours on that Sunday. They're going to award $10,000 on site to the winners. First place is $5,000, baby. You want to find out more? Call them 305-758-8681 or go, of course, to hialeahpark.com if you want to find out more there for the National Horse Players Championship. Okay? Bill's kind of ballsy here. He thinks he can actually do this thing, but I told him he's got no shot. But he's
gonna happen, man.
He just he thinks he could pick the horses.
You should call my dad. Have him come over.
Is your dad's a professional degenerate?
No, my dad watches the horse channels and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah.
So bring your dad down here to compete in the National Horse Players Championship. Come on, man. Nothing wrong with that.
He records them and then checks them out on his. He always make to the horse. Just keep an eye on it.
Make a deal with him. If he wins, you get the money. That's all. I mean, that's a great deal. All right, Dad, you win, I get the money. There's nothing wrong with that. You do all the work, and then I get the fruits of your labor. It's a beautiful thing, man. That's what you got to do. Anyway, if you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, it's 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the program, Ernie says, thank you, brother. Keep us posted. I'll keep you posted if I get that championship. 18 years. Wow. Doug says that dude in the bar got Tunsil's mask, then mixed it with bath salts, vodka, and a broken marriage, and went out in public yelling over, oh. Dougie's reacting. No, I'm good. Dougie's reacting off of the excitement here at the Champion Simulcast Center, because when they're in the middle of a horse race, you will start to hear the folks going crazy and cheering on their horse. Right now, we're looking at Stronach, and we're looking at let's see what else here. Aqueduct, Tampa Bay Downs. It's a beautiful thing. See, you can come on out here and wager at all the tracks around the country, and it's beautiful too, because we got the bar. We got a nice little kind of meat, food. They can bring you a nice steak. I know that's what Bill's going to do. He's going to order himself a nice lunch like he always does, because the food out here at Hialeah is just absolutely phenomenal. And let me tell you something. They've been really smart here because it's kind of all entertainment. Like tonight, you can go downstairs to the Flamingo Lounge. They've got the DJ going on. You can dance with that significant other of yours, have some drinks, enjoy the gaming downstairs. They've got the 900 machines. No smoking in this casino, okay? We've got the smoking hot slots outside, so those of you that want to enjoy a little cigarette or a cigar, you can enjoy the beautiful breeze and, of course, your gaming and all that. But inside, nobody's going to park next to you and smoke it all up. You can actually go home without your clothes smelling like smoke. It's a beautiful thing, I'm telling you. And so come on out to Hialeah. You can get great food. You can get the entertainment, music, dancing, and, of course, all of the wagering that you can handle. So we'll be out here. Go to the website, hialeahpark.com. All right, we got the Heat tonight taking on the Sorry Knicks, 8 o'clock at the AAA. No Justice. I think Goran and James Johnson will probably end up playing tonight. You got the Panthers back in action, taking on the Islanders. Big game for the Panthers. And I know that we're not at the beginning of, we're not in the end of the season, so it's not like real desperation set in yet. But the Panthers started off so well. They died out. Now they're outside looking in on the playoff race. And here's one of those teams that is at the top of the Eastern Conference. This is one of those teams that you've got to beat. 7 o'clock tonight at the BB&T Center. For you Dolphin fans out there, okay, I want to remind you that tonight, Utah State, okay, they are taking on Kent State. It's the Tropical Frisco Bowl in Frisco, Texas. It's in Frisco, Texas. And it's at Toyota Stadium. How about that? There you go. Toyota in Hollywood. I'm really enjoying my XSE, man.
To the car yesterday, I'll tell you what, out there in the parking lot, it looked black.
Right.
But that was because of the overcast,
Right.
whatever. The night before, underneath the yellow light, it had the aqua greenish, but it is a blue, right?
Yeah. So it's like one of those multicolored type of thing, but it rides so good.
I gotta tell you, the spoilers, the air dams in it, the lines on it, man, she looks like she's looking for a racetrack to get on.
It's a sporty looking car. If you want to check out the Camry XSE, that's the one I ended up purchasing. That's my my new vehicle that I got from the Zinn family, of course. We are loyal to the Zinn family. They are loyal to us. We are loyal to them. That's why we've had a relationship going on 10 years now. And we've expanded it. How about that? We were broadcasting once a month at Toyota of Hollywood. Now, starting in January, we are broadcasting every Thursday at Toyota of Hollywood. How awesome is that? That is pretty cool. So every Friday, we're here at Hialeah Park. Every Thursday, we're at Toyota of Hollywood. Wow, that is pretty cool. So that now you know a couple places you can meet us up at the show. Like right now, you can hang out with us, listen to the show, watch sporting events, watch any of the races, wager, enjoy some food. We're out here. Every time we're out here at Hialeah, the beauty is Frank sets us up by a bar and plenty of seating. So you can hang out. We got about 10, 15 people here right now, right here in the bar area. And then there's a whole bunch of people in the simulcast center behind us that they're all wagering and checking out all the tracks around the country. So come on out to Hialeah Park, man. We're always broadcasting noon to 4 every Friday out here. Except the last Friday of the month. We start at 1. That's our normal time because we are at Craig Zinn early in the morning, which that will be next Friday, if I am correct, right? Next Friday is I think next Friday, yes, it is. Next Friday, we will be, a week from today, we will have the dual broadcast that we do once a month in the morning at Craig Zinn Acura and then in the afternoon right here at Hialeah Park. So appreciate that. What else do we want to get into? Oh, for you Dolphins out there, West Virginia QB Will Grier, remember him? He is going to start for the Carolina Panthers this weekend. And not that it means anything to Dolphins, but I wasn't necessarily the biggest Grier believer, but I was kind of intrigued with the kid. And he fell in the draft, obviously, and Carolina ended up drafting him. And now they feel that they saw enough of the Allen kid and he didn't convince. So now they want to see Will Grier here in the final 2 games to see what they have in Will Grier. But a lot of you Dolphins out there, you were interested in Will Grier from West Virginia because this is a kid that played with a lot of moxie and he put up a bunch of points. And West Virginia's offense was very exciting under Will Grier. So I understand the Dolphin that was kind of intrigued by Will Grier. I say it myself. I had a little intrigue myself, and I'm going to be interested to see how this kid also develops. Now, remember, don't jump to any conclusions because that's what they did with the Allen kid. He started off really well for Carolina and then tailed off because as these defensive coordinators get the film on you, they start to figure you out. And that's what they did with Allen. Now we'll find out what happens with Will Grier and how he plays over the next couple of weeks. So looking forward. That's a little quarterback nuggets for you guys so you can check out this weekend. Did you see on social media Steph Curry was trending?
No, I did not. What did he do now?
Apparently, he got nude.
Where? Because everybody gets nude in their bathtub.
Yeah.
Get ready to go to bed.
Now they say it might have been a locker room shot or something like that, or maybe it's with Aisha, or was it with somebody else? Somebody else took a picture. I think it was supposedly some kind of locker thing, privates and everything shown. Not why you want to trend on social media, right? I saw that. It's like, okay, he's trending. Why? And then I look and, oh, no. Wow. Really? Like today we had Steph Curry trending because he's naked and A$AP Rocky sex tape. I did not bother looking up the A$AP Rocky sex tape. Okay? Well, I got to tell you. I just wasn't interested in either one. The Steph Curry one you couldn't avoid because it was like all over the place. Not that you saw. Well, the one I saw was kind of like blanked out, but I'm sure the real ones were floating around. But they had those like everywhere on social media. It was like all over the place. And it's like, really? This is what we're talking about? And I wonder how. The question is really, how did it all get out? Because if it was anything out of line, I think he and Aisha are going to have some words. Let's see. Oh, is there a chance that Brady is done? I can't take one more comment about him being over 40, and when he's done, isn't Belichick done too? I swear they better not make it to the Super Bowl. Well, my brother, that's the disease that we've all been trying to eliminate for a long, long time. I mean, there's no other way of phrasing it. Maybe I could come up with a better way of phrasing it, but this is one way that, we're all dying for Tom Brady to go away. We're all dying for Bill Belichick to go away. I know I want this to be true. Okay? I mean, I want Belichick. I mean, I want Brady that he's really leaving. That he's got his house up for sale, and so does his, so does his trainer, and his contract is set for, free agency. I hope all of this is true.
You've had your lifetime fill. You don't need any more. Good.
Yes, I've had enough. You know what I mean? Listen, I've had enough, and I want him to go away. But there's a part of me that fears that Belichick finds another quarterback. You know what I mean? And he did draft the guy I like in Jarrett Stidham.
I remember you. Yeah.
By the way,
of course, the Patriots.
Not that means anything whatsoever, but they did grab Garoppolo, who I also liked back in the day. So I don't know. We'll see. Because I really like Jarrett Stidham, man. I looked at him. I said, okay, why isn't this guy going a little higher in the draft? This guy's got the tools, man.
You know what I meant to ask?
Man, he's raw, but man, size, arm, athleticism, he can move around a little bit. He's not, like Lamar or anything, but he can move around in the pocket. And man, guy's built like a quarterback. That's a great project to take on, whether it succeeds or fails. But you take him in the middle rounds. Who cares?
Did you see? Did you happen to catch Belichick going up to the podium earlier this week, man, wearing the knickers, the style choice he selected? He literally had his sweatpants like knickers, okay?
Wow.
And sporting what looked like those Skechers.
Right.
Yeah, and it just was just a really bizarre look because I'm like thinking it's probably at least 50 degrees. They're up there.
Oh, yeah, but they're used to it.
Sporting knickers. So, it's kind of just like, dude, what do you think you're going to go there?
Yeah, but it's like those people up north when they come here, they like get in the water in the middle of December, January. They're like, what the hell are you doing? And to them, it's like, this is nothing, dude. This is warm water. And we're like, This water's freezing.
The only time we did that one time, it was January. It was cold. It was like 45, 50. It was a dare type thing. We just ran down the beach, jumped in, jumped out. And literally it was like that. Jumped in, jumped out. It was done. And it was like, remember those idiots that were out there all day in this? What's wrong with that?
Yeah. Belichick has no interest in discussing Brady's career low completion percentage, as I guess the reporters were asking about Brady's low completion percentage. He says we're really focused on Buffalo. Wait a minute, here we go. Where is it? Okay, we're really focused on the Buffalo game and trying to get ready and play our best in the game. So going back and analyzing stuff from other games this year and all of that is really not where we're at. We call passes to complete them. We call runs to gain yards. We call defense to stop our opponents. We call returns to gain yards on a return, Belichick says. So that's why we call those plays. So we want to make all of them as good as we can. Try to make every play productive. And that is as we're all hoping that this thing ends. A lot of us, of course, are Patriot fans. You look at what Bill's doing there, and smart. One, he's not going to talk about the past anyways in anything. He's always moving forward on everything. So to bring this up, what would he gain from it? Why would he start to elaborate on any kind of struggles that Tom Brady has had? And you can't talk about struggles for a guy that's brought you 5 championships and you've been to 15 Super Bowls in 20 years? I know I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean. It's hard for you to start doing – that would be really asinine of him to do something like that. And he did the right thing in just detouring right away, deflecting it, and not allowing it to become a subject. Really smart on his part to do that. Because he may be seeing what everybody else is seeing. I'm not ready to say it's over. All I'm saying is I hope it is. He has fooled us over and over again when you think Brady's done, and then he's really not. You know? So, well, again, time is the only end to all of this, and we'll find out if they're able to do it. Let me ask you something. Hey, Bill, do you have the sound from Mark Davis that I sent you there? Can we play that sound bite from Mark Davis? Tell me when you're ready. The owner of the Oakland Raiders, Mark Davis, they just had their final home game there ever in Oakland. They're done. Okay, the 2 games that are left, they'll be on the road. They are no longer playing any more games in the Coliseum. This past Sunday was the last one. All the players, and you saw Gruden and all that, and they were, shaking hands and hugging with the fans and all that stuff. And Mark Davis was on the field, and a reporter approached him about the ending of the Raiders' run finally in Oakland. Now, you would figure that the owner would, to a certain extent, be emotional about it too. Understand the environment. Understand how people are feeling about losing the team that they passionately love. Because you got to give it to Oakland Raiders fans, man. That's a passionate group, dude. Okay? And it's not just the ones that are in the black hole. Any Raiders fan that you may know here in town, anywhere you live, they're pretty passionate, man. They say it with pride, as bad as they've been. Yes. I'm a Raider fan. Yeah, always. Every Raider fan that you meet has a ton of pride in being a Raiders fan. I mean, that no matter how much they suck. And they'll tell you that, yeah, we suck. I don't care, but I'm a Raiders fan. And I have all the respect in the world. So you would imagine that the owner, understanding the environment, understanding everything, you should deliver something that really connects to your fan base, right? Here's Mark Davis. Yeah. Yeah. No.
What?
Play it again. One more time. Here you go. Mark Davis, owner of the Raiders, final game ever in Oakland. That's basically, just so you'll know, for all of you and you're a Raiders fan, the owner just basically told you, yeah, I don't give a rat's ass about you guys. I don't really care. I just want my money from Vegas. They really want me. They really want my team. They're the people I care about. I don't care about you guys. You guys were too cheap. You couldn't build a stadium for me. I'm out of here. And then for him to say, well, I went through this in 82. Okay? And he was a young man in 82. I get it. He was born, I think, in 55. So, he had some years on him at that point. It wasn't like he was a young pup or anything like he's a young pup now, I'm saying. He experienced it then when they left to Los Angeles, is what he's talking about. But you would figure, okay, an owner would take inventory of the moment, understand where he's at, and then say, this is really emotional for me. My dad brought this team here. I was raised here in Oakland watching this team, and all the great Raider moments that we were so happy. And this is such a sad day. I feel for the fans. We're going to do our best to represent them when we're in Las Vegas. We're going to represent the Raider Nation. It's a real shame that we weren't able to come to an agreement to really keep the team here. And I feel for these fans, because these are the people that really supported us through all the good and all the bad. And to them, I say I love them for it. And they are a great fan base, and I'm so proud of the Raider Nation. Boom, you're done. You accepted it. It's the realization that you're moving, but you're also at the same time connecting with the fans that you're leaving behind and understanding them. Because you have to kind of sound like you don't want to take the team from them, but you had no choice because you have to do the business move. Look, everybody understands why the Raiders are going to Las Vegas. All the sense in the world. Oakland is a poor city. Oakland is not the kind of city that should be supporting a pro team, much less 3 or 4 pro teams. Okay? They have no business having a basketball, baseball, and football team. None. They shouldn't even have the baseball team, which is all they have left over, because the Warriors have moved over on the other side of the bay. And now the Raiders are gone. It's the A's that are left, and I know they're going to pretty much save the A's. But it's probably not smart either, because you're not a rich town, and you're saving the A's for a poor owner. Think about it. It's an owner that never spends. So how are you ever going to get over the hump of and it's amazing because they accomplish a lot considering they don't spend. But just going back to that owner, for Mark Davis to be so insensitive in that moment, it's just it just is.
You could just see the class of the individual. Like, he doesn't get, like, how can you do that to those people?
Yeah. Yeah. It's terrible. It really is. Anyway, so that's where I would say for Mark Davis, you, sir, are an absolute embarrassment. That's the only way I can look at it. And you have no humanity. You got people that there are probably people that were crying because there are fans that care that much that they will cry, and it really is hurting them. And all this guy can care about is probably his really nice house in Las Vegas that he's already purchased, moving over there and living that lifestyle and banking all that money, because let me tell you, the Raiders I think are going to be really successful in Las Vegas. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's going to be such a sexy destination. Like next year already, Bill and I are going to go. We're going to do our show next year. We're going to be there all week. We'll arrive on Monday and we'll leave on Monday. And we'll do all week there in Vegas, getting ready for that game in Las Vegas.
When you said they're going to be super successful, you're not talking about the team on the field.
I'm not talking about money.
You're talking about just the cash.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, because
as long as Gruden's there.
No, half the stadium will be the visiting fans.
Oh, yeah. No.
That's what I was.
Go. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, because I've already.
So it kind of doesn't matter what the product on the field is. Fans are going to go.
Yeah, because you're going to get, because Raider fans are loyal. So you're in Las Vegas. They're a vagabond. They're already the gypsy team of the NFL, because now they're in their third city. Okay, and they've been to one, because they've gone Oakland, LA, Oakland, now Las Vegas, right? So they have fan bases from Southern California, Northern California, and now Las Vegas. So the West Coast is full of it. Plus, you have Raider fans all over the country. So they will get their support because they're good. I don't think they're going to, because obviously John Gruden's not going to be great. But when they play the Broncos, half that stadium will be Broncos fans. When they play the Packers, half of them will be Packers fans. When they play the Dolphins, half of it will be Dolphins fans. Because I'm hearing from Dolphin fans all over. Not only are they going to the draft with us in April and hang out with us at Tommy Rockers for the 3-day broadcast, not only are they doing that, I hear a ton of Dolphin fans that say, I can't wait to go to Vegas to go see the game against the Raiders next year. Dolphin fans are already saying that. Why? Because every fan base is going to say that. Who the hell doesn't want to go to Vegas? I love Vegas, man. It's fun. It's a blast. I was having this conversation with my wife the other day. Because I go to her again, you sure you don't want to go to Vegas with us? She's like, no.
I was going to mention, didn't your wife say she wasn't interested in going there?
She goes, it's boring. And I'm like, what? Huh?
Wow.
And I don't go for strip clubs and call girls and bunny ranch. Okay? I'm not doing any of that stuff. I've never gone to Vegas for a bachelor party or anything like that. I've never done any of that. I've never been to a Vegas strip club. And I've been to Vegas about 30 times. About 30, man. Never been to one.
You didn't get coaxed by a bunch of people.
Never been.
All the boxing matches you've been.
Not one time, dude.
Wow.
I am amazed. I've been to a strip club.
You know how
every other town I've been in, I've been to a strip club.
You're probably the
Indianapolis, I've been to a strip club. In the combine, back in the day at Mobile, I used to go to Sammy's all the time because a lot of NFL people would be there.
Right.
You know, nowadays, forget it. They don't show up anymore because of phones and all that, and you know everybody's got a camera. So NFL people, and now NFL people in some of these road places that we go to, now they hide where they drink and they hide where they hang out away from people that could possibly have a camera. So they try to get privacy.
Prying eyes, screw everything up.
Yeah. So I hear a lot of people are going to do that. So my wife was like, no, Vegas is boring. I'm like, gambling shows, concerts, just walk.
Vegas is boring. She's probably the only person to ever say that.
We're gonna walk the strip and watch the craziness on the strip. That alone is fun one night. Just to do that. Go hang out in Fremont Street for a couple hours. Go to the Hoover Dam. Whatever. Hang out at Lake Mead. I mean, there's so many different things to do. Well, one thing I always do every time I go to the Pinball Hall of Fame for an hour or two. We'll get me a bunch of quarters and have some fun. Always do that. I mean, are you kidding me, dude? Vegas, little In-N-Out burger. There's too much to do in Vegas. My wife goes, boring. I go, they got malls. She's not a big shopper either, so that doesn't really attract her. But they've done a really good. Man, let me tell you something. You can entertain yourself in Vegas just by walking from one hotel to another, because they're such architectural wonders that you want to go inside and check out how it looks inside because it is so nice. You know, you look at the Cosmopolitan and it is all glass, everywhere glass. And you're like, wow, this is pretty cool. You go to Caesars and the architecture and the paintings and all that stuff all over Caesars. Awesome there. It's there's so many places to go. To me, I love Vegas. I think it's a blast. And then, of course, there's a little gambling. Nothing wrong with that either. I don't know. But that's fine. Hey, the wife doesn't want to go. More fun for me. That's all. More shows, more concerts, more hanging out with you guys. Looking forward to hanging out with all of you. I'm sure some of you will be dragging me to different places. So we'll have a little fun. We're going to have some dolphin parties too. Right after the drafts, we got to come up with some kind of like get together somehow, right? We got to do that where we all like hang out, have some drinks, talk about the draft that day, picks we like, maybe we didn't like, moves we like, moves we didn't like, whatever, that kind of stuff. How the future is looking now with certain players in the mix, all of that. I think that would be a lot of fun if we're able to do that. And we definitely need to get definitely what I need, Bill, in a big time way is I need the concert thing to improve. You know what I mean? Because I am one of the reasons I look forward to going to Vegas is because I expect to see some good shows. And I know what you're going to say. The NFL is going to whip out some stuff, and they're going to tell us probably it's up in January. They'll probably announce. Well, actually, no, because the draft ain't for a while. So, no, it probably – you know what? It won't come on until after the Super Bowl. They probably won't announce it.
I was just going to say,
they're not going to take anything away from the Super Bowl.
All the priorities are probably Super Bowl right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we're still a few months away. We're still – we got time. We definitely have time. Anyway, 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line. You can also reach out to us on Twitter. That's at Big O Show. Many ways to get in on the program, and Instagram also at Big O Radio Show. That's the other way that you want to get in on the program. What else do we have going on? At 2:30, Will Carroll, the injury expert, will join us here at the bottom of the hour. We'll have a little fun with Will the Thrill. At 4 o'clock, Daryl Stewart is going to come by. He's going to join us from Mid-Ohio Dolphin Fan Club. At 4 o'clock, we go around the world and we talk to a different Dolphin fan president. And this time it's going to be Daryl Stewart. So we're going to have a little fun with Daryl, and we'll talk all kinds of good stuff there. Let me see what we got on the accidentlawfirm.com text line. You know what? We're up against.
I was going to say, we got Will Carroll coming on in 3 minutes.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's hold off on the accidentlawfirm.com text line. Right now, let me tell you about Caneswear. That's what we'll do. Let's go to Caneswear and let's talk about Brett and all the great people at Caneswear. And folks, if you're looking for jerseys, polos, T-shirts, hoodies, and hats, you got to go to the place where I go. I've been going for years, man. That's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear. It's the only place to get brands like this. Adidas, Columbia, Star, Donation, Top of the World, Hook and Tackle, and, of course, the Caneswear exclusives are all there. It's a huge selection. Well, now they've got a bigger selection than ever because 2 years ago they moved into a bigger store, and that store is already packed. I was telling Brett, you're going to have to expand again. And they've got Dolphins. They've got Heat, Panthers, Inter Miami jerseys are coming. They've got the shirts, too, already. But the jerseys, they've ordered them. They got like 2,000 jerseys coming in. So when the jerseys are released, a place where you can get your Inter Miami jerseys is at Caneswear. So get on down there to 2511 South University Drive in Davie. Caneswear at Miami Fanwear. That's the spot where fans like me shop. Look out. It's that Aqueduct. They're going. It's the 4 coming up on the 8. Coming down the finish line. The 4 pulls ahead. That's my favorite number. I should have bet this race. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Only losers say that. And the 4, baby, pulling ahead. There you go. 4 beats the 8. 6th in 3rd place, 7th and 4th. I love how they have the little numbers cruising around like in the finish line next to the horses. That's pretty cool. Because sometimes you can't tell the numbers, right, from a distance.
When they're all packed together and stuff like that, it's just a mass of horses.
I like it. I like how they use the technology to help you out a little bit there in Aqueduct. That's pretty cool. That's a nice little feature the Aqueduct broadcast has. I like it. I have failed to wager on a race. And you know what it is, right? This is where I'm screwing up. Next Friday, I'm going to get here early. Actually, I won't because I'm coming from Craig's Inn. Anyway, I got to get here in time to go and then place a couple bets ahead of time. So that way when they come up, we're ready to go. That's what we got to do. Okay? What is it? Prioritize is the one that won. Prioritize number 13. I'm looking at the second group of horses. I got to see the first group. I don't know what number 4 was called, but there you go. Number 4 came in for Aqueduct. Gulfstream, they got the races up now. Laurel Park, also they're working on, and Tampa Bay Downs. It is. I'm looking at 13. That's right. That's my bad. 4 is prioritized. Right, that's what it is. Right, that's what it was. You're right. Good call by you. And Inscom is number 2. Family Biz. I always love reading the names because horse names they're a trip. You know what I mean? Those are always pretty cool. All right, 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line. Hey, Big O, do you think Chris Bosch will be enshrined as a Heat or a Raptor in the Hall of Fame? And that's a fantastic question. I'm going to say Raptor. I'm going to say I think he chooses, correct? He should choose Heat. But I think with the way it ended, the blood clot and all that other stuff, that might have put a little sour taste. And I wouldn't be surprised if he goes in as a Raptor. Because he had a great run there for 7 years. Went to a couple playoffs. Didn't do anything. Didn't win anything because they didn't really have a great team. But it also gives them an opportunity. Would that be the first Canadian into the Hall of Fame from an NBA team? Not a Canadian as in a person born in Canada.
Steve Nash.
Right, but he didn't play for Toronto or Vancouver.
You mean as a player?
Yeah, as a player. That's what I'm saying. The first Canadian NBA player.
Well, Vince Carter hasn't retired yet.
Right.
So I would say more than that.
Yeah, so maybe Bosch knows that. And Bosch wants to be the first guy that played for a Canadian NBA team to get into the Hall of Fame. I'm just.
Does the Heat have any Hall of Famer?
Yeah, Wade will be one too, but Zoe also.
Of course.
Yeah.
But Zoe is in there.
Zoe is in there.
Yes.
No, he's no. Zoe is a heater, and Wade will go as a heater too. Bosch should go as a heater because he won the titles here and all that. Plus, he has the most important rebound, assist, and block in Heat history. His block on Danny Green in the corner in the 3, no bigger block in Heat history. His rebound to then assist Ray Allen on the 3 is the biggest rebound and the biggest assist in Heat history. So you have those 3 moments plus a couple titles. I'm Bosch. I go in as a Miami Heat player. But there's a part of me that thinks he's going to go in as a Raptor because he played for 7 years and that whole Canada thing. And the whole blood clot thing and kind of was, there was a little animosity going on. Hey, I got to tell you something. Personally, for me, I was a little bothered by Bosch with that whole blood clot stuff. One, you were like, dude, what? You won your titles already. You're set. You're going to the Hall of Fame. There was no reason for you to try to continue to play and drag this on, put your life at risk. Okay, because you were putting your life at. There was a small risk, but there was a risk. No need to with 5 kids and a wife and all the money in the world already because it's all guaranteed. That's the beauty of the NBA. So it's not like you needed to play to make your money. No, you were making your money either way. All insured, you got it. And then that kept him in limbo, and it kept screwing the Heat year after year after year, and that bothered me a little bit. I will admit. That kind of got me perturbed, as they say, on Bosch. But he's a Hall of Famer, I think, no doubt. Some people may say borderline. I don't know. I'm good with it. I think he's a Hall of Famer, and I think he should go as a Miami Heat player. But with everything that developed, I'm telling you, I would not be surprised if he goes in as a Raptor. I think it's very possible that he ends up as a Raptor. How about that? So we'll see. 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the program, that's 786-322-1105. We do want to tell you a little bit about Craig Sims. Acura up at Road Pines, the finest Acura dealership in the business, folks. And let me tell you something. You want to get on down there because you want to take advantage of the great lease features that they've got going on right now. These guys are celebrating right now these lease features. Don't you hear them celebrating? Talking about the TLX 259 on these 2020 models, the RDX 329, the NDX 369, only $29.99 good signing plus tax tag and registration, folks. And let me tell you, you got to check out the fleet of certified pre-owned vehicles. They got a sales staff that is awesome. They will listen to you. They will take care of you. They will make you happy. When you drive off that lot, you're going to say, oh, thank you for telling me about the greatest Acura dealership on the planet. It is Craig Sims. Acura up in the Pines. Welcome aboard back here at the Hialeah Park. We're at the Champions Simulcast Center. We'll be out here till a little after 4 o'clock after we talk to Daryl Stewart, Mid-Ohio Dolphin Club. We got the Dolphins getting ready for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I guess this is one of those games where, you know, you got to – are you tanking? Because really, we all know now, I mean, those of us that kind of really follow it, the team's not going to tank. They were never tanking in the first place. That's just something that you guys have created in the media. Certain people in the media have created this whole thing about tanking. So it's really up to you. How are you looking at this game? And I got to look, I get it that we're at the end. There's 2 games left, and we're all worried about, draft position, all that, and that a win will change it a little bit. And obviously, put you down in the draft. I'm not going to worry about that. I don't care. I'm not going to worry about it. I think we've got the front office that is going to find talent one way or another. If Preston Williams next year becomes what we think he is, you didn't spend the draft pick on him. If Taco Charlton can take a next step next year, and he's got, 5 sacks? If he can go to 8 or 9 next year, then you got him for nothing. You get what I'm saying? So if you can find talent after it's been passed up in the draft, after it's been waived, after it's been cut, then how are you not going to find talent in the draft before it even gets here? And that's why I tell you that, in a game like Sunday, enjoy it as a Dolphin fan. That's all. Root for your team, man. Have some fun. Root for those. Those guys are working hard. They want to win. It's demoralizing when you work hard and then it goes to waste. You know what I mean? So that's why it's just one of those situations where this weekend it's kind of like, and I hope this is the end of it. I really do. I hope we're done with this kind of thinking. I hope that we lose that part of our fan base that thinks that losing is a way of instilling any kind of culture or any kind of future with any team whatsoever. And that's why the way they went about it this year was very smart. They didn't tank. They told me, yo, we're working. We're trying to win every game. We're going to give everybody an opportunity to play. We're going to do it through youth. And if it works out, great, awesome. If it doesn't, then we'll do what we have to do, and we'll find players other ways. And we'll do things the way, some of you want to end up doing it. But I think right now, you don't worry about tanking. You don't worry about that creating your position. None of that. I mean, the Heat tanked, and they ended up with Michael Beasley. And the Heat know their stuff, man. And they ended up with Michael Beasley. So after all that, and they were tanking. I mean, they were in real tank mode. They were putting people on IR like it was going out of style. They legitimately were trying to tank. And yet they ended up with Michael Beasley. That's called karma. Okay? That's why just root for your Dolphins, man. They win, they win. They don't, okay, whatever. Cincinnati's got way more talent. They should win. Miami had no business winning 3 games. None. They should not win this weekend either. And they certainly shouldn't beat the Patriots in Week 17. That's the reality. If you lost to Miami, you had a terrible day as a coach. You're either terrible or you had a bad day. One of the two. So this Sunday, I don't know about you guys, but I'll be watching. I'll be rooting on the Dolphins. I cannot sit there and want them to lose. It's just not my style. It's no fun. For that, I don't even watch it. For that, I just forget it. I'll go out with the wife, go walk around, I don't know, Lincoln Road Mall or something, and not care about the game and not care about the team. I mean, after all, if you want them to lose, you can't really be caring that much. Don't you love the Dolphin that says, well, yeah, they got to end this already, or I'm done with this team. They got to find their quarterback, or I'm done with this team. I can't have another one of these seasons, or I'm done with this team. I love that guy or woman. Yeah, you're a real fan. It's like that. I got one of those guys on Twitter that said, "Yeah, you better do it now. I'm done with this team." And I'm like, "Well, if you're done, then you were never really a fan in the first place." Because I'm still a Marlins fan, and they do nothing every year. They're not even trying. I'm a hardcore Panthers fan, and they break my heart every year. And they've broken my heart already this year. Not going to stop me from watching and rooting tonight against the Islanders. Hell, I already told you tonight, as much as I'm going to enjoy watching the Heat beat down the Knicks, but I know that that's not really much of an accomplishment. Beating the Knicks, are you kidding me? Who cares, bro? But the real game that matters tonight is actually Panthers and Islanders. That's the team that's got a lot to prove. The Heat has already proved a lot, while the Panthers have proven very little. That's the difference. It's pretty interesting, too, how things have changed in that dynamic, how we were kind of excited about the Heat, but said, yeah, it'll be decent. It'll be a nice season. And they've had one hell of a season. They are a really good basketball team. They're looking like one of the best 4 teams in the conference. They look like they're battling for home court advantage. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. So, again, going back to the conversation this weekend, just enjoy yourself. That's all. There's no way you can enjoy yourself with losing. Losing is miserable. Winning helps you in every way, shape, and form. I know you guys are worried about draft position, but hey, look, Jake Long went number 1 overall, and you passed up on the quarterback. And unfortunately, Jake Long ended up becoming an injury guy, and it was a great pick for 3 years. But in years 4 and 5, and then you end up losing him in free agency, and the rest is history. And it was the better move for you because he was not going to be the guy anymore. He had so many breakdowns. and you feel terrible. But you end up with the number 1 pick, and you end up with a great player. And when you had number 2 before, you had Ronnie Brown. And Ronnie was a solid football player. He had a good career, but Ronnie Brown never, ever, ever was worthy of number 2 overall. It's like Ted Ginn. Same thing. Ted Ginn's turned himself into one heck of a player. He's had a hell of a career, but he'll never justify 9th overall, and it's not his fault. But again, it's just something he has to live with. That's why I say, don't kill yourself about all of this. And we've got to get the number 2 or 3 pick. We know we're not going to get 1 or whatever, but we got to be up there. If you know how to pick, you'll end up with Minka, and if you know how to pick, you'll end up with Laramie Tunsil. And if you know how to pick, you'll end up with a good player, is what I mean. You just got to know how to pick. And I think they've got the guys. I really do. I like what I see from this group, from Greer, from McKenzie, and from Marvin Allen. And I know the other 2. I know their reputations. I know what they've done in this league. I just think. But here's the thing. It's going to take a little while to develop that trust. Jeter talks about it all the time. And he's pretty honest about that. I'll give him credit with that Jeter, even to his credit, he will say at times, hey, look, I know that people don't trust us. I know how this franchise has been viewed, and it's going to take time for us to win people over. And he's right. And I'm sure he's won a couple of you over, but most people, they have looked at him and said, no, dude, you're Mickey Mouse. I haven't seen you make a real commitment yet. 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the program, that's 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the show, the other way to reach out to us is on Twitter, and that's at Big O Show. Follow us there as always, because that is like a 24-hour talk show. And on January 12th, by the way, it's a Sunday, right before we take off, actually. We probably will do this in the morning and then take off to St. Pete right after. We're leaving from St. Pete from here.
Don't they have something we got to do Sunday?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I just said.
That's what they were talking about.
On the 12th, we'll be here for that. We'll probably get here in the morning for that. And we'll probably leave, sometime in the early afternoon out to St. Pete. And get there in the late afternoon. That's probably what we'll do. Because this will start early, of course. We're going to start around 12 or 1. So we'll probably start an hour before that. Go about an hour in, and then we go. So we'll be packed and ready to go right from here to St. Pete. So we'll go for the East-West Shrine game. And for those of you, get ready for the ultimate draft coverage. The biggest draft coverage we've ever done in our show in 21 years will go on this offseason. And it'll start off with the East-West Shrine game. And then we'll go to the Senior Bowl the following week. And then we'll go to the Combine. We'll do all of that for you guys. And then obviously we are covering the draft in Las Vegas, and we'll have our own place to broadcast the draft, and we'll handle it all here. And we'll have all these other issues resolved. I hope to have them all resolved by this weekend. So I don't have them anymore on Monday. We need to move on and fix all this stuff. So we'll do that here on the program. Let me tell you a little bit about Toyota of Hollywood. And folks, they've got the model year changeover event. Listen, I would never tell you to buy or lease a vehicle where I wouldn't do it myself. My mother-in-law drives a Corolla. I now drive a Camry XSE. Beautiful Camry. I am so happy with my Camry. And if you want to check out the model, the XSE, the sports package, and it's got really nice rims and all that stuff. It's a great vehicle, and whether you're looking for an HR, a CHR, a RAV4, an Avalon, a Camry, a Sienna, a Highlander, you want to get on down to Toyota of Hollywood. They still have some 2019 models, and they've got over 1,500 Toyotas in stock. So you know their selection of 2020 is off the chain, baby. So get on down there to 1841 North State Road 7, just a couple blocks south of that big, beautiful guitar in Hollywood. Tell them that Big O sent you, and get on down there and get the car you want, the color you want, the style you want, the model you want, but more importantly, the price you want at Toyota of Hollywood.